Bristol returned to Old Deer Park for the first time since 2012 this afternoon, and Andy Robinson's men will go in search of the first win of their campaign. There's 2 changes to the side that lost to Bedford as Gavin Henson comes in at fly half for his first start of the season. Meanwhile, Mark Sorensen is drafted into the pack. He's picked in the engine room alongside Ben Glynn. And there are 2 changes to the bench as Ellis Genge and Ross McMillan come into the 22-man squad. And Welsh put a thunderous clearing kick in as far as Jack Wallace, who takes the ball comfortably. Charlie Amesbury alongside him on the left-hand side. Wallace ducks his head down and is brought down to ground. Welsh push through, but Amesbury picks up a loose ball. Tries to get his feet jinking around. Cliff digs the ball out. James Hall is first receiver. Henson flat to Eady, takes the ball brilliantly and gallops towards the line. Walks straight through that last tackle and he's still going towards the line. Costa was alongside him, but Will Cliff's there. Bristol looking for a quick ball here. Penalties coming though. Greg Garner, short blast on the whistle. And presumably the ball will be handed to Gavin Henson and he will slot the ball between the posts for the first points of the day. Well, the last kick he took for Bristol, of course, was around 55 metres from the post. This an awful lot closer. And to give Bristol a very early 3-0 lead. Slotted straight between, of course, and Bristol trot back to their half. And Wallace has dropped the ball forward, so Welsh are going to look for some quick ball here. Bristol's attack turns to defence and Gavin Henson's got a lot of ground to cover. The ball sits up. Welsh could well pick up the first score of the afternoon, and they have. The Bristol's attack didn't turn to defence quick enough, and Welsh capitalised on the width of their defence and counter-attack to get the first try of the afternoon. And it comes for Martin Thomas. Carlisle, after that clever chip through, adds 2 points extra and score 7-3 to the home side. Gets it out. Wallace. He's stopped by a big red wall of defenders, but his forwards back him up. Try and push him over the line. Cliff looking for options. If the ball goes out wide here, they're in. And it's Amesbury on the end of it. He had Robinson and Costa outside him. And the work that Bristol put in there on that far side of the field just kept the Welsh defence tied up over that side and created the space on this near side. This for the lead then, and Henson slots the ball straight through the middle of the posts. Great work from Jack Wallace here, breaking, and he's got Vandal alongside him, who surely can't be stopped from that far out. And Bristol have received the kickoff and a break from Wallace, running with Vandal in support. And somewhat to the shock of Welsh, Bristol have managed to grab an opportunist try off the top of that kickoff. And Tom Vandal's first try in a Bristol shirt. So penalty awarded after a high tackle, and Carlisle strikes the ball well through the posts and adds 3 points to London Welsh's score to bring them within 5. Is brought to ground. It's all the forwards at the moment. This time the ball works its way out. Jarvis flat to Mosses, just gets brought to the ground after trying to squeeze through. Cliff sees some space ahead of him. Lovely weighted ball from Cliff to Jarvis, who was running a wonderful line. And Bristol get over. The decision to go for the corner rather than the posts from the captain paid off. And substitute Adrian Jarvis, who came on for Jack Wallace, was running a perfect supporting line. Cliff had the insight to pick up the ball and go himself. And Henson's conversion is made, of course. And it gives Bristol an extra 2 points. Hempton's penalty effort's good, and Bristol's lead extended even further, 25-10. Carlisle with his hands on the ball once again, goes out wide. The ball works its way through the hands, and Henson's tackle wasn't quite good enough. Will Cliff's got a lot to do here, but just about manages to make the tackle and slows the man down long enough. But Welsh with their tails up here, battling towards the line, going in search of an all-important try that will bring their score closer to Bristol's. Hands were good, and Welsh are over. It looked like it was Ben Cooper from here who was on the end of the very last offload. Some neat play from Welsh there. The initial break really coming from that attempted tackle from Gavin Henson. Bristol, shortly after conceding, have added 3 points to the score through Gavin Henson. Carlisle's calling for the ball, but stays with the forwards, crashing forwards. Just short of the line. Carlisle gets it this time. If it goes wide here, they could well be in. And they are. Welsh grabbed that try with only a few minutes remaining with a conversion. They're keeping themselves well in this. Nick Reynolds was on the end of that. Bristol, being down to 14 men, has left that little bit of space out on the wing. And Welsh have capitalised on it. And the kick is good. Squeaks in just to the right of the left uprights. And Bristol's lead is extended to 31. Costa route one. Pushes the ball backwards. Cliff's in there looking for it. Rondell decides to come off his wing into the centre, and Phillips pushing towards the line. Bristol desperately trying for this bonus point. Crossfield from Jarvis to Tubby in the corner for the bonus point. Bristol tied the Welsh defenders in the centre of the field, created all that space out on the wing. Jarvis saw it, brilliantly chipped over. And finishing the game is Jack Tubby with a bonus point, much to the delight of Ellis Gengen himself.